Hi guys, welcome back. Today we're doing something a little different to normal, and that is we're planting out veggies. Yep, I do that occasionally. Not as much as most gardeners, but I gotta get my tomatoes and zucchinis. It's a tradition I have for the last 20 years, doing tomatoes and silver beet or chard and peppers and eggplants and so on. So here we go. We're gonna do a bit of work here. I gotta move this whole table up from here and away, so I can lift out what I want to plant into the straw. So here we go. Okay, step one complete. So I put this straw down at the end of autumn, around May, June sometime, early winter, and now it's ready to plant on top or plant under, or however you wish. I've got to remove all those weeds too. I'm not doing it today. That's back breaking. So, oops. Shovel just fell, almost hit me on the head. So yeah, there's the veggies waiting. So let's start. Oh, and over here we have another veggie patch, which I'm not going to use right now because of the uncertainty of the banana plant collapsing or not collapsing according to the wind. So far it's worked out well. With all the terrible winds we've had, it hasn't fallen, but as you see, I put a bit of string there. See that? So that it wouldn't slip off the stem. I don't think I showed you guys this. There you go. So that works pretty well. You can hear the sound of the banana, but it's working. But there's no guarantee this won't slide off or fall to the side. And as you can see, the banana bracts are falling from the flower. Yep. I can plant straight in, just using the native soil, which is quite rich. But I like to, because we're doing tomatoes, they need food, unlike lettuce. For lettuce, this is fine. They just need wet soil, greens, silver beet. But tomatoes, eggplants, peppers, they need some oomph behind them. Otherwise, they're not going to be strong. The tomatoes will, they're going to look like they're, what's the word? Unnurtured. I meant malnourished. I think I'm malnourished too. Right now I haven't had any breakfast and it's already lunchtime. So I've skipped almost 2 meals. But I can't help it, guys. I love working out here in the morning. So anyway, we're going to use compost, and this is optional. I just happen to have some. Chicken, or I think it's chicken manure. So bird crap from a local farm, not from a battery house. So we just combine the two. Okay, that's all mixed, ready to go in. You can see how much rain we've had by taking a close look at the soil under the straw. It's soaking like a sponge wet, Here, by the way, I've got a what's it called again? Okinawa spinach, which I took as a cutting from this pot last summer, and it survived winter in full sun. But in the ground, the slugs, snails, they've annihilated every leaf. But the plant survived. So I'm just going to leave it there. I've got a few more. One over there and one over there. Also decimated, but they're alive. I don't know, I might pull them out. Yeah, actually, you know what, I'll pull it out. It's just getting in the way. So the point is, the soil is very, very moist, guys. Very, very moist. So no lack of water here. I just dug a trench, only 3 or 4 inches, with a hoe. And let's get to the next step. So now I've got the manure and compost combination laid on top like a cake. So the 3 varieties of tomatoes I have here are Apollo, beefsteak, and sweet pie cherry. I'm going to put the beefsteak first because they're the tallest and heaviest tomatoes at around 250 grams each. So that way I can hold them back on the trellis here if need be. And it says to plant them out every 50 centimeters, which is around 20 inches, 25 inches. But because there's 6, there's room here for 5 going by their measurements. I'm gonna squeeze in the 6th one, so they're gonna be a little dense. So basically, guys, I just planted straight in, not with a pot, just to show you where it's going. Yeah, way too close. They're only 12 inches apart, or 30 centimeters. They're meant to be 50, but that's how I want it. So you do it the way you want to do it, not according to anyone else. Okay, this is the hole for the first one. As you can see, it's very moist, right? When I plant it in the ground, I usually take off these lower leaves. See those 2 leaves at the bottom? I take those off, and sometimes I even take off the next 2. See these 2 there? The ones above the little ones? Yeah, because it's gonna go in deep. I'll show you. There's a very good root structure too on the inside of the pot. For a month, I had them for 4 weeks in that little pot. Perfect. So there you go. There's the 2 little leaves and the 2 bigger leaves gone. See that? So the depth is almost level with the ground. Maybe put them in a couple of inches below the ground, and then I just smother the whole area with the compost and manure combination on top, and we're done. The first one's in. See that? Now you can stake it if you want. It's probably better to do it now, or you can do it later when it gets bigger, but you got to watch the roots that you don't stick the stake right in the middle there. You'll have to stick the stake out further out, but so it's better to do it now before the roots expand. So once they're all in, you can top dress them again with some more compost and manure, or just wait a month until they start flowering and producing fruit, and then give them a second dressing. So now's a good time to give them a water them in. It's mid-spring here now, and every other day it's raining. Like, we've had so much rain the last 2 months. It's been crazy. We had 50 millimeters in the last 3 days. That's a lot of rain. The wettest time in Melbourne is usually April and October, and now it's that time of the year. So instead of staking, I used these tomato trainers, which do a much better job. I've had these 20 years. Look at that. Reusable every year. I've lost a few of them because they get rust and they break. But overall, these are a great investment from Bunnings. Yeah. Okay, so that row is done with its tomato trainers. See that? And you won't have to touch these until you're harvesting in summer. These will be ready around mid to late January, so right in the heart of summer. That's what we hope, if it's a good season. Every year varies, very variable. They love heat, not this weather we're having today. Look at that. That's not tomato weather. That's lettuce, growing lettuce weather. So we do a repeat for each line or furrow, right? We're doing 3 tomato rows, 3 different varieties that I showed you. The spacing turned out to be perfect with the Apollo. That's pretty much the recommended spacing for tomatoes. But guys, I just went with the flow. I had 6 beefsteak and 6 I planted. I had 4 Apollos and 4 I planted, so it's called rolling with it rather than making it complicated or making it precise. Be a little bit of a renegade in your garden. Do your own thing. Be you. Alright guys, there you go. All the tomatoes are in. Whew, that took me an hour and a half. Wow. Jeez. But pretty good job. The only issue now is reaching the fruit when they're ready. Somehow I have to get in between there. But that's alright. That's the least of my issues. As you can see, can't squeeze in here. These are almost touching. Yeah, it's alright. We've got long arms, right? And we can always access these guys from behind. Alright, done. So I'm pulling out some weeds now from this area to plant in some of the silver beet and zucchini. Yeah, and this is all by hand that I'm pulling all this out, right? It's pretty hard work. I'm a lazy gardener, guys. So this is one of the reasons I don't like dealing with vegetables. It's a lot of work compared to planting a fruit tree. It's like night and day. Alright guys, I'm done. Whew. It's almost 5 p.m. Golden hour. So I'm going to be planting these peppers and eggplants in about a month when they get a bit taller, because right now they'll be annihilated by snails and earwigs. They're too small. So there's the finished job. I got the zucchinis in. A bit too many. There should have been only 2 here, or 3 the most, but it doesn't matter. That's the way I do it. So all the 3 different tomatoes and the spare zucchinis back here. There were 2 left, and a whole row of Swiss chard, or as we call it in Australia, silver beet. And I'm puffed. Oh, I've had it. I hate planting vegetables. I'm glad that it's only once a year. Some people do this every day, 365 days a year. Wow. Whew. They love their veggies. I don't. My back hurts. I had to use that little stool to sit on. Otherwise, my back was cracking. So that's just me with a crook back. Oh, I forgot to mention, I also got these potatoes going last month in September, and they've shot up nicely. Yeah, so we're gonna get tons of potatoes over late summer and autumn. It's been a while since I've grown potatoes. This will be interesting. This was a backbreaker too, even more so than the tomatoes were. All right, guys, that's today's work, and I'll be seeing you from the next video. Hope you got something from this, the way I grow tomatoes, not the way you have to, but the way that I do. So please like and share if you enjoyed the video, and don't forget to subscribe also, guys, if you haven't yet. And over and out.